morning from 10 o'clock with Selco Builders Warehouse. Check out this month's real deals at selcobw.com. So, your solution to the Salah problem was to sell him.
Yeah.
If you can't sell him in January, what do you do?
You can sell him and you can negotiate with him. There's always a solution to a problem, and you might not get precisely what you want, but if the greater scheme of things details that the outcome needs to be achieved, you'll find a solution.
Is the market definitely there?
Yes, I think so. I mean, what they might be able to get for him against what they're paying for him wage-wise, against what they might be able to demand as a transfer fee, are all the economics of grown-up conversations when it comes offline, doesn't get played out in the media.
So your immediate issue, though, is to get him to apologise, no? Because you need... Obviously, there are games that he can play. He's into Milan.
Well, he's got two games before he goes to the AFCON. And he suggested that might be his last game.
Well, it depends what I'm creating,
Brighton.
Martin. If I'm concerned, honestly concerned, legitimately concerned that ultimately my football club is being diminished by this player's comments, and I'm actually worried about the optics of what the media thinks, then I'll drag him in there, find his backside, and if he won't apologise, I'll keep on finding him. But the real issue is, do I think the apology fixes the fissures in the dressing room? Of course I don't.
He's an all-time great, isn't he?
Yes,
this is a massive own goal.
Yeah, for him. But for Liverpool, Salah's exit was always going to come at some point. It's about how you create that. And you don't want this really, but at the end of the day, the bigger problem is not Salah, it's what's happening on the field.
Let's get to some Liverpool callers. We'll rattle through quite a few between now and 11 o'clock. Let's start with Johnny. Go for it, Johnny.
Yeah, hi. I've been a Liverpool fan since '65, and I love the club to death. But I think in Salah's situation, he's clearly not a squad player and has got the ethos of team sport in his blood. I think he was he benefited from Trent up his backside, giving him lovely passes over the top, etc., etc. I think, there's new players come in, Slot's trying to get a balance, but you could see his reactions when Klopp took him off or didn't play him to start with. He was very grumpy, didn't like it. His form has been indifferent since we won the league in sort of March time. He hasn't showed up in big cup finals. I'm not sure the statistics. I'm sure you guys will be able to tell me what they are, but he hasn't exactly lit up Champions League, Carabao Cup finals, FA Cup finals. So big stages, Mo hasn't performed for Liverpool. Liverpool are going to be there long after Mo's gone and retired. And I think it's a really poor effort. And I think Simon would possibly agree, in a business sense, if your senior salesperson and his sales figures weren't very good and felt under pressure and started slagging off his bosses and the board, he wouldn't be in his job very long. So I'm afraid Mo's had his day, and Slot and the board of Liverpool have got to put their foot under the table and say, sorry, lad, you're out of order. So,
Johnny,
I don't know what you think.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It isn't the first time that he's fallen out with managers. He said on the 27th of April 2024, after a row with Jurgen Klopp on the touchline during a 2-2 draw, if I speak, there will be fire. Let's go to Andrew, who's a Liverpool fan. Hello.
Oh.
Hello, Andrew. What do you want to say?
Hello. Yeah, I'm just... people have said that they're disappointed in what he said or different things. I'm way more than disappointed. I'm really, really angry. Really angry with how he's dealt with this and how he's done this.
Why? Do you feel disrespected? Do you feel the club's been disrespected? Do you feel that he's not playing his role as a senior player?
I think he's let himself down. I think he's let his teammates down, the club down, and the fans massively. He, even if he thought he had some valid points, even if he thought, and I expect that he would be upset for being put on the bench. Any player who's worth his salt should be upset that they're not playing. This is absolutely not the way that you deal with it. He has to go in and speak to them. He speaks to his captain. He goes and speaks to the manager. He speaks to Richard Hughes, whoever. He does not do this. I agree with Wayne Rooney. He's done the opposite. He's thrown the club under the bus.
Andrew, thank you very much. Let's go to Dan, who's a Leeds fan. Go for it.
Hi, morning guys. Thanks for waiting for my call. I've listened to a lot of guys there. I mean, there's some interesting points, but the bigger picture is where you got to look at this now. Yes, the club's in an embarrassing situation. One, it shouldn't have come out on social media and say it. They shouldn't have done it on Sky Sports News, wherever. Now, when you watch that game today, it's a passionate club. They've got great players and a good following. And what they've won over the last few years is absolutely sublime. Nobody can question that. Now, you've got to look at that player earlier this morning. A caller came on and he said there's 3 people who've played that for that club. Keegan, it were Steven Gerrard and Mo Salah. They've scored goals like you won't believe. And he was sat on that bench yesterday and pictures.
Yeah, we seem to have lost Dan there, the Leeds fan. We'll keep your calls coming, 03717 223344. We'll finish up with Darren, as a Liverpool fan in Belfast. Do we have to be a little bit careful, Darren? We want our sports stars to give us a little line here and there. We want them to speak to the media, and then as soon as they do and they say something explosive, we make a massive deal of it. Is that the right way of behaving?